All right, these are the list of people wey VDM don come out come drag ever since he started this activist career. If person dey do bad, it's always good say we come out come tell the person say you dey do bad. I'm also a ratel. For some days, I think at this point it is becoming too much. E get wetin dey call activism. This is the act of giving people a voice. People like Harrison Gwamnushu, ordinary Ahmad of Brackete families, these guys are doing it. Now make I give you the list of people wey VDM don drag ever since he started. This is dragging. This is activism. The first person on the list na Easy. Wetin happen between him and Easy? Easy come out say him say make him monetize him page. She come out come talk say na lie. Say he ask am for money, back and forth, back and forth. The truth is that because Easy no gree monetize your page if you no pay am, no mean say Easy na bad person. It's just simply that she was looking out for herself. That is the way she maybe she feeds or whatever. So if I turn out tomorrow, say person ask me for something, I've declined people's offer before. That no mean say I be bad person. So because you get platform, that no mean say you will come begin to jack that person. Second person wey don come out na Blessing CEO. Wetin VDM and Blessing CEO dey drag I no know. Blessing CEO called VDM a manipulator, and VDM was not okay with that, and somehow they had the back and forth. But Blessing CEO is the second person. The third person is na Iyabo Ojo. Now, Iyabo Ojo, we already know wetin happen between Iyabo Ojo for the situation of Mohbad. And VDM at the end of the day only wanted to prove a point. I like the way he dey think. He tried to think out of the box. You know, so most time when person wan commit crime, the first way they dey think na to actually make the crowd think in a particular kind of way. Now, what makes a detective different? I said a detective dey think out of the box. You know, they think according to wetin the crowd dey think. So VDM tried in doing that, but then all the things wey he talk about Iyabo Ojo, did anyone come to pass? Did anyone come to reality? Was the justice for Mohbad he was looking for? Did it come to realization? No. So at the end of the day, he just looks like a worthless dragon that only gave him fame and made him popular. Now another person again wey him drag na Tonto Dike. Tonto Dike even went as far as arresting him. He come out come talk say na Tonto Dike na him get na is it gossip mill or wetin he come out, they drag that one go. That one another person wey he drag. This person wey we dey talk about supposed to be activist wey dey look out for the people. Another person wey come out come drag again na Obi Kubana. Wetin he talk about Obi Kubana? When EFCC bin carry money, he come out come talk say EFCC bin dey ask more questions about Obi Kubana. So na Obi Kubana they be wan carry. Now what are you trying to tell me? A person wey dey for Nigeria, you wan carry am, now you mistake go carry somebody else. Anyways, those are the questions I had when he bin dey talk about that. Maybe he had his facts, but the truth be say at the end of the day, those things wey he talk, no one actually come to realization, or no he no prove am for court say this was actually what happened. Till today, EFCC no carry Obi Kubana, and the man is still living his life and doing his business, and that's the truth. So let's just say it was just a worthless dragging. It was not an activism something. With another person again we drag again, Portable. Normal Portable na dragging person. So let's leave two of them to drag each other. And that person we drag again na Saida Bodge. Saida Bodge and VDM. Don't those two people na the same thing. So let's just let that. Let's see VDM say they do activism. And that's why I'm talking about VDM. Now, another person we drag again na Bobrisky. What did Bobrisky do? Say Bobrisky turn himself to woman. Say Bobrisky, the thing wey they do, they actually influence the young people for the society. Now, the truth was that this guy has been doing this thing for a very long time, and we have a 14-year jail sentence term for anybody who is gay. And he came out in some certain things to say he has sugar daddy and all that, and we knew he's a man. We have the law enforcement agency to do their job. If they don't do their job, it's not your right or your duty to come and start making those noise. But then you have a camera, you have followers, you choose to call them out. Fine. After you don't call them out, they don't do their job, you know go move on. But then he kept on hammering on the issue because it was trendy at that point in time. So will I really call that activism or just trying to track somebody to be popular? Okay, maybe it's activism, just maybe. Another person again wey Bobrisky na Falz. He talk say Falz the bad guy and Falana. These guys have had a career even before you were born. These guys went to school. When Falz begin sing music, very dark man never still start dey chop food. When Falana father begin dey hustle to get a career in the law, in a law part, very dark man never even they never even think to even bomb very dark man. But then all of a sudden today, because you have a camera and you have numbers of followers, you can drag these people and say that they collected money from Bobrisky to help him do that and help him do that. Even if a lawyer collect money, if person commit murder, lawyer sef dey collect money just to defend the person. So na actually their work. But then he said it was money laundering. But then this was not established. They don't really answer. They didn't answer him no. And that one went all the day. Was he established? No. So it was just another dragging to pull out another person who don't work so hard to attain a very certain height. Which will be another person again where he do this in Ashumomsi. Let's leave that one. Don Jazzy. I remember when Don Jazzy talked about his story, how he moved all the way from US to Nigeria. Don Jazzy worked so hard for everything he had. In fact, at some point he was betrayed when he had Mohit and everything was going on for him. He was betrayed and he went on to move on to start Maven. And somehow he has gotten to the pace where he did. But somehow you just want drag him into gayism. You wait till you go gain, say him begin the trend for negative issue. Just tell me, even if you want to be gay, you want to be gay in a personal life, as long as you know they rape anybody no come to say, okay, see what you do for them to get down with am. You really don't have any business in it in the current society that we live. But then somehow, very dark man talked about Don Jazzy and he dragged him into the situation, an activist. Another person again where he drag na the jobs. Make we talk about Fina. Very Dark Man drag Fina. Yes, Fina brought Very Dark Man for the issue of his sister during that Dangote saga. But then, out of all the dragging way activism way VDM don't do, there's no one he has vindicated. I think the only one that I would say he did and we saw it was because was the was that one way happened for Benue State. He carry camera go there and we saw that okay, this is what is happening. Not like we don't know, but somebody actually had the courage to video it and show it to us. And that's was that an activism? Did those people get justice? Did the government come into the environment? People just talked about it and that situation is dead and he has moved on to drag other people. Did he see that those people who lost their houses got their house back? That man will lose millions of naira for a rice. Did he get his money back? No. That is not activism. He just ended up dragging another person after that situation. So let's talk about other people in drag. Fina. So you don't blame Fina for Fina not giving him giving him an audience because all the ones who don't drag before, waiting they gain nothing. So the girl just decided to have a rest. So another person in drag again, na Nedu Wazobia. When Nedu Wazobia be start in media issue, very dark man never even know what they do. Very Nedu Wazobia started from Wazobia FM as a presenter. He dey cast radio. He even at some point go look for news, like he be news writer. From there he moved into television and then brought him down where he is today. Simply because of somehow you don't get platform, you don't get followers. You choose to attack the man's personality and attack everything that he has always toiled for. And the man just let you go. It's almost like you killed his career, but then God no go shame him and God no go shame me because I also want the best for you and the best for Edu Wazubia. But then that person will drag. And what did you ended up gaining? You ended up spoiling something that he has worked so hard over the years to gain. And you say you're an activist. Let's leave that one and let's move on to another one. And then I won't move on again now. Nkechi Blessing. Let's leave Nkechi Blessing anyways. B Lord. You and B Lord don't drag. B Lord is a young man, very inspiring guy. You might say his source of wealth is not clean. You don't understand, but the young man has been pushing. I remember when he tried to bring Davido as his brand as ambassador as a very, very young guy. That is a very, very huge step to take. He couldn't do it, but then that shows the vision he has for himself. Anyways, B Lord bring out phone, say 1,450,000. He show us the phone. You claim say you get am for China, you go bring am 240,000 naira. Till today, one container never land of you. Instead, you and China people don't they get problem up and down. Still, this is still another situation that you have dragged and you never brought it into reality, just like you have done other ones. Make we leave B Lord out of this matter right now. Make we go into GTB. GTB, I once worked in the bank. I know how professional the bank can be. They will do all their best just to maintain a good name. So somehow, even if you watch the news, it is against the Nigerian law for you to even talk bad or call a bank into the news because it will cause panic and people go begin withdraw their money. This is the Nigerian law. But since you don't know about this, or probably I will just say let's forgive you because you're not too educated in that part. You drag GTB into the matter. I remember when you even drag Access, call their name out on media. These things don't happen, but then it's the 21st century and nobody talked to you about that. Let them answer for themselves. Unfortunately, they were able to answer for themselves and that passed. But then, if to say maybe they were not able to answer for themselves, you would have brought down GTB and brought it down. People work there. So let's say you're even trying to fight for the people. People who work there have lost their job. But, anyways, let's let that slide. Now, another person, people we can't do now, we can't scatter my head now, Igbos. How only you go drag a full ethnicity, only you go drag a full region. South is when you say Igbos, you even talk about even Niger Delta. Because somebody say wey dey Niger Delta say no be Igbo. It's just like the same person wey dey Abia State go say I no be Igbo. You people speak Igbo, bear Igbo names and you say you're not Igbo. So you dey drag Southeast and South all together. And I feel this is if Blessing CEO say you are a manipulator, I think maybe somehow she's right. Because I see no reason why you could drag Igbos into this. Anyways, I love you very, very dark man. I love you very dark man. As a retail family, I don't report some pages where you see me could report before. So as a retail family, I go say these things where they do not dey right. The girl wey recently they cry, I been Aisha, where they go kidnap put for that bush. I expected you to ginger the police. I expected you to move some men to match up and go and do those traces. This is what activists do. Harrison Gwamnishu they enter bush. Go look the guy page, see the things that he does. These are what activism does. But if that thing was somehow now related to a celebrity, if you don't set your camera, the next thing we'll go here now, all right. So do I really think you are doing an activist or you are taking advantage of people's fame to climb to the top? I don't know. That's left for the people who watch this video to answer. My name is Princely. If you watch my video for the very first time, I beg, share them. And I say bye for now.